What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is all about the Rugby World rankings that have been up and down the past few days as we've witnessed some amazing rugby this past weekend. I mean, it's rugby that we've really been talking about for the most in a while. I mean, there's a lot of news that's chopped and changed and gone on this past weekend that has really been unreal. We've witnessed comebacks, we've witnessed redemptions, we've witnessed the top fall down a bit, but we've also witnessed some great camaraderie between rugby players and sportsmanship, which has really been impressive and I've thought has been great, especially as we build up to the Rugby World Cup, the biggest tournament in sporting history, which is going to be absolutely outstanding. So if you're new here and haven't yet subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can join the family and turn on those bell notifications so you never miss an upload. I'm covering it all, so you don't want to go anywhere. Now, what a weekend we had. We saw the Springboks win a title for the first time in 10 years. First time winning the Rugby Championship, and obviously the whole Rugby Championship Tri-Nations. We finally won that tournament again for the first time in 10 years, which is an amazing achievement. We saw Wales' 14-match winning streak come to an end this weekend at the hands of England. A very experimental squad. Having said that, they did remarkably well and really showed up to the party and played some cracking rugby, which was great to watch and good to see. As for Wales, they need to shake things up a bit and come back and really develop. If we go to the big game that I think most people are really talking about, was Australia taking on New Zealand, which was a very, very interesting game. I mean, obviously the red card was the highlight of the game for most people, but I mean, you can't take away the credit to Australia for what they achieved, getting their highest score against the All Blacks, which on its own is an amazing achievement, and just playing with the intensity that they played with. I mean, it was a totally transformed Wallaby squad that seemed to gel, and the camaraderie within the squad was amazing, and it's good to see. And what a time to really pick up an important win like that then over the weekend, which took New Zealand from number 1 to number 2, having Wales overtake them for, I think it was 14 or so hours. First time New Zealand's dropped the rankings in, I think, over 8 years, which alone we got to respect and give credit to New Zealand for holding on to that number 1 spot for so long. But it only lasted 14 hours, and then they were back to the top after Wales being defeated by England. Also, South Africa, having won the championship, you'd think they would rise a few spots, but we actually didn't. We dropped. England took 4th place away from us, and we dropped to 5th, which people are moaning about. But I think if we look at the statistics of the Rugby World rankings, England beat the number 1 in the world, which was Wales at the time. So therefore, they got allocated more points than us because we beat Argentina, who were 10th at the time. So for England, it was more of a point score because of them beating the top in the world, therefore kicking Wales off the number 1 spot, moving them back to 4th. So I can understand the rankings, but it's a bit confusing. In other news, I mean, we saw Japan leapfrog Argentina and Fiji to go to 9th place, which is an amazing achievement. Fiji moved to 10 and Argentina moved to 11, which is absolutely outstanding for Japan. They're just showing that they're on the rise, and the decline in Argentinian rugby, obviously that doesn't show for what they've achieved in the past few, if we go back a month ago and before that, Argentinian rugby was in a great place, but unfortunately this has been a rugby championship that they will surely want to forget, getting the wooden spoon yet again, but also going down in a heavy defeat to South Africa, a defeat to Australia, a poor game against the All Blacks, where they had the opportunity to maybe beat them but couldn't, and just discipline and scrummaging. If they can work on that, the team's already on improvements, and goes for New Zealand as well, goes for all the teams really. Discipline, handling errors are the keys, and getting the basics right if they wanted to shoot up the rankings. Obviously, with this upcoming weekend of rankings, I mean, things could go mad. It really could. If Australia beat New Zealand, they will they will go from number 1 to number 4 in the world, and then Wales will claim the top again, and followed by, I think it will be Ireland, England, then New Zealand, South Africa, blah blah blah. If Australia beat New Zealand by more than 16 points, they will shoot down to 6th place. Again, that's all going if the other results go their way or go against them as well. So there's a lot of rugby that could still take on. I mean, England have the opportunity of shooting to number 1 if New Zealand lose. If Wales pick up a win, they go to the top, and I think they'll still go to the top even if New Zealand pick up a win. So they're already in favourites to taking back their position at number 1. But again, if New Zealand lose, they will shoot down to 4th, or if they lose by more than 16, they shoot down to 6th, which I don't think they've been that low in God knows how long. So interesting stats that are going to come about this weekend. I mean, Eddie Jones's Okies could be number 1 by the end of this tournament. Having said that, obviously the Southern Hemisphere teams will finish up this weekend, and then the North will continue in their summer series when they continue playing. I know like Ireland's off this weekend, and then we'll see Scotland play, I think France. So interesting games this weekend still to be played, but a lot on the line. But again, I don't think New Zealand are going to be taking too much into account. I don't think rankings are going to be on their mind. It's now focusing on final Bledisloe game, trying to redeem yourself, and then all talk Rugby World Cup. So going to 1st to 2nd to 3rd, or wherever they may be by the end of this, won't be the end of the world for them, and they won't be focusing on that. It's going to be all Rugby World Cup. But having said that, I still wanted to do this video to chat about it because it's in the news. People are talking about it. I'm interested in it. I'm actually fascinated about how the results of the Rugby World Cup differ and change. And yeah, I'm just surprised to see there's so many changes. And it just builds up to what I want to do in the next video, is the competitive level of what this Rugby World Cup's going to be. It is really insane. I mean, the level of quality from all the nations, North and South, is amazing, and it just makes me really, really excited for this Rugby World Cup. I think it's going to be epic, and I can't wait. So, having said that, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and you won't miss another video because there's so much more to come. I've been going mad the past 2 months with content, so I'm going to keep it going as much as I can, as well as working full-time. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Always appreciate the support. Stay safe and never give up. Cheers.